As this, you follow, you go with the wave. You go like you. There's nothing. There's no uniqueness there. So you're cheating even the people you love of experiencing who you are. You remember that episode with Aya Stark, where she found an old man who was stabbed, and he was like just suffering, just waiting to die. When Aya do you remember there was a conversation?
That's not going to get better.
Doesn't seem so.
Bad way to go. Haven't you had enough?
Of what? I know. Time to go. Take matters into my own hands. The thought has occurred to me.
So why go on?
Habit.
Nothing could be worse than this.
Maybe nothing is worse than this.
Nothing isn't better or worse than anything. Nothing is just nothing.
All that sounded just... You're hopeless after listening to that at the same time. You don't have hope because of that conversation.
Okay.
Because, after that she had to kill him, like, because he had to, like, because he was in
And
pain.
his suffering.
Yeah, end his suffering. Yeah, she had to end his suffering. Yeah. It was just a thought around it that, well, it's interesting. And to you, what you think is that when we speak of these things, there's no better way than to speak of it your way.
Yeah.
Right?
I guess.
Yeah.
Because you are you.
Because you're you. I mean,
Is that where that's coming from? Is the whole expression? There's no better way to put it than your way.
I don't know where that comes from. I just
I'm saying from you, like just even saying it. What's the why the conviction? What's that? As in, why do you think that is? There's no better way. So there's no better way, yeah. But why isn't there a better way? Is it because you are you and you are going through it as you?
So I mean, if I was to just like put it into like a very bigger perspective, I would say that to not experience yourself and let people outside experience you, and you don't let people outside to experience you, it feels like a waste of time. It's a waste of life in its essence, in its own way. Like, so you are not you in any point, in a certain point maybe, or in any point you are not you. You are as this, you follow, you go with the wave. You go like you there's nothing, there's no uniqueness there. So you're cheating even the people you love of experiencing who you are, because you want, and for what, so that, if I was to bring it back, I would bring it back to that is the reason it's the best way to express yourself is like
Through you.
Yeah.
Okay.
So like you are really doing it, like it's you completely, and it was you won't blame anything except you.
So you not being malicious is enough to keep it.
Exactly. So I think with just that, it also it gives the responsibility. It gives like all the responsibility. So that's why I was asking, that it is whatever you do, it's your responsibility to like to it's your responsibility.
Yeah.
Whatever you do is your responsibility. That's that's the word. And so I think this was this in its sense like like experiencing like things, experiencing yourself, and then expressing yourself. That makes, what's the word? I wanted to say, it makes you you. You know, yeah, it makes you yourself, and it it's nice. It would be nice to have like responsibility, like to be responsible for everything you do.
Yeah.
You know, yeah, like that's how I want to. I'm not sure how I want to say it, but it's nice. It would be nice for you to take responsibility of what you do.
Yeah.
You know, and by that, it would be nice for you to do what you want to do, so you can
By
know
extension,
that I'm responsible for it. You know, and not like outlay like what's this, distribute your responsibilities amongst like other things, other people, other entities, you know, social media and stuff like that. Just
Right.
completely just having yourself
Yeah.
as like the responsible factor. I think that's like the nice thing about even the episode that we were speaking about last time, that when you start realizing that there is no meaning, you start to bear responsibility when you look at it, you know.
Yeah.
Because when there's no meaning, that means that there's no one to blame, you know. Like if anything, you just have to live the life you want to live, and there's no one to blame, I guess, at the same time but yourself, if there's something to blame for. But if you're completely fine with the things that you do, you sleep at night, then putting like understanding things to be meaningless makes you pay attention to yourself, because there is nothing that now you have to like put a hold on, and like this is the reason I live, you know, this is the reason for my life. But it's like you understand that the reason for your life is you right now, and you must live up to you, you know. And I think that is how I would see like the episode. If I was to translate, I mean, like if I was to crunch it going like further, like after listening to that and then crunching it a little bit more, I would crunch it like that oh, okay, so there is no meaning. That means that to me, like now I can relieve myself of everything and only now deal with the one thing I know, like which is like me, you know, and then do things that can help me, do things that can satisfy me. I mean, it also does with like you still have to be with people around you, you know. But it's just the understanding that meaningless what is nothing things meaning, what is it, what is it,
that IS thing.
no the things meaning nothing, no meaning, hey. There is no meaning, there being no meaning, that means something, you know.
What's standing in the way becomes the way.
Like there's always the way, but so I think the meaning, that's how I would have crunched like the episode moving forward. If it was anything, how
So,
would you,
would it be a thing of if you don't create meaning, you'll just wallow in melancholy? That's it.
So that is the sad thing about like that episode, that like if you understand life, there's a balance, and I'm not even speaking of life, but the universe. There's a balance. So even with saying certain things, there are certain people who can fall through the cracks, and that is the balance of it. That there is some like no good deed goes unpunished in a way, you know.
Everything is dreadful now.
Yeah.
Because there's no meaning.
Yeah. So when there's no meaning, like you look into the abyss and like there's nothing. There's nothing. Like it's a whole new world of nothing. I would think that to fall in despair after knowing that nothing matters or nothing has meaning. Well, definitely nothing has meaning, right? Yeah. It is nothing. But knowing that nothing has meaning or nothing matters. Hey, I'm going deep into this thing. It's just hitting so differently. I'm thinking of it so much. But the idea of nothing matters, I think, is good, but it's not the best thing to do for yourself.
Nothing
Because
matters is good.
You don't know. You don't have that scoop.
So you don't know for certain.
Well, not even for certain. You don't know at all. You don't know at all. Not even for certain. Yeah, you just don't know. You don't know what happens. So I think given that nothing matters, then isn't it like a good time for you to create what matters to you and have fun while you're at it, you know?
But you're not gonna make it alive.
Yeah.
Have fun while you can.
Yeah, you're not gonna make
No
it
one-
out.
no one is making it out alive.
Out alive.
No one is making it out alive.
Yeah.
Make sure you go out
But
with a bang.
But that concept of nothing matters, I think it helps you deal with a lot of things. It helps you like discard a lot of things, you know.
Things that you can classify as they don't matter.
Things that you can classify as not, they don't matter.
Like literally when it comes to this human experience.
Yes. And then you can start to decluster, clean your room, you know. That's why you need to do minimalism. You understand?
I understand.
These other things don't matter that you have. Really, what matters in a bedroom is a bed.
You get rid of the redundancy.
Yeah, get rid of the redundancy. I think maybe that's a good place to start. But there's quite a few more things that you can think for yourself and start cleaning out, you know, to start looking around and dealing with those. But yeah, I believe when nothing matters, it actually means everything. Yeah, it means everything. It should mean everything to you that nothing matters.
Yeah.
So it doesn't even matter that you've failed.
Mm.
You know, it doesn't matter that you've succeeded. It doesn't matter what people think. I mean, you can catch on the train. You can hop on the train.
Now I'm listening.
Yeah, I think you start to just put them all out there. Yeah.
Block out the noise.
Yeah, you block out the noise. And then you think to yourself, so how many times, how much do I want something, you know? And you work for it, you work towards it, and that doesn't matter, but
As well.
yeah, but also
But you can't always have this nihilistic perspective on life,
so
because it doesn't help in any way.
yeah, in any case,
It
it's a
sends
thing
you
of-
to
yeah.
more suffering.
So nihilism, it's actually interesting enough, right? This is just being too much. too deep about it. It is not like that. It doesn't end there, but it starts there. It starts with you understanding that there is nothing that matters. You know,
Nothing matters.
but
At least not in the way that
yeah,
the world and
Yeah,
society has
but-
made it.
the next thing to do is, after understanding that, is like, now you've been made a baby, because you don't know, you have to start grasping the right things. Yeah, but a baby with filters now. Around that, you have to find certain cultures, certain things
Yeah.
that like
That can speak
that
to you.
speak to you. Yeah,
That you can gravitate
that
towards.
you can gravitate. Yes, exactly. And then
Yeah.
with those things, you make them matter. Understand? So in any case, you will look at a house now, and as I said, how a minimalistic thing would be is, in a bedroom there's just a bed, in the sitting room there's just a couch or sitting things to sit on. That idea, you should also apply that to yourself. So as a human being, start from the most general things. What do you need? You know, like, you take the small things, you minimize with everything that you can take. It helps with being present. If anything, it helps you be present, because now you pay attention to yourself. But when you look at that building, like, when you look at that concept of like having like simple things in your house, it would be having simple things in you. And I think that is for when, it's actually good advice for anyone whose life is going very fast, or anyone's life who's going very, very, very slow, né? Or bad or good. It's advice for everyone. I think every aspect of your life, to calm down and start nicely. This thing, start cleaning out, because understanding that nothing matters also goes back to the death part of things, that you could just die in a second. So being present in that moment is much better than thinking that you're going to be present tomorrow when you don't know anything about it.
That's the horse you should bet on.
Yeah, exactly. That's the horse you should bet on, the present one. Yeah. That would be nice. You only bet on the one that's in front at that point. Yeah. I'm betting that one. If it gets beaten, like, okay, at that time it was that one, but now because it's present, that one is leading. I'm betting on it.
Of course.
Yeah, bet on the present one.
Yeah.
But you look at it like that you start being present to a point when you're even whatever you're going through, a rushing life and stuff like that, like, you can start killing all the other noisy things, kill those small things.
Yeah.
Sometimes really it's nice to start in your room. It's much better to start in your room. Start by cleaning that, if you can clean that, and then maybe you can start managing whatever's in your head as time goes. But yeah, I think nothing matters actually makes everything matter.
Yeah.
But everything now is defined in your way. What is everything?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think it's also heavy, man, to be fair with yourself and to be kind with yourself. It's a heavy burden to carry, to live as that nothing matters, or to carry that energy and thinking. It is suiting for the preliminary stages of everything, the beginning stages, to take note and accept what it is. Look at, when they say look at death in the face, and that took its mask off. It's really just facing it for what it is. Like, like it doesn't matter, at least not in the way that we've made it to be. It matters from an individual journey's perspective. You need to then become the person that would find meaning in things, become the person that will attract the things that you are speaking of. What is it that you desire? What is it that you'd like to get out of this life? What is it that you'd like to get out of this experience of being here, going through it, for this price of suffering? Because that is really the price that you pay. You're paying. That's the price. You don't get to have a conversation. You don't get to negotiate the price, the amount. That's all you need. That's the price you're paying just by you being alive.
Yeah.
And since you're paying that, it's a debt that you'll continuously pay. You'll continuously pay for as long as you are under the earth's roof, if you want to put it like that. So what's the next best thing to get out of this payment that you are forced to? Because you didn't consent to it. You are forced to. So maybe do something that you really are not forced.
Or you don't know. You don't know. Maybe you did consent to it. You would have went to nothing.
Okay. Okay, touche. Yeah, because it can go deep from that point on. It can go really deep. It can get dark, by just again harboring this whole ideology that nothing matters. That's it, or the philosophy of nihilism in that way. It'll the state of melancholy that you'll experience. You did speak of despair. That it'll kick you into the despair bucket.
Yeah.
Things will be dreadful, or things are dreadful. The days are heavy too. You can't face the day, because now it's meaningless. There's no purpose. There's nothing that gets you off bed. There's nothing that's exciting about the day as the sun rises. There's nothing that you are now looking forward to. You need to have those things that you are looking forward to. Some people create meaning from making their lives about their kids. I'm doing this is what you have become. You're my meaning for existence, or for doing what I'm doing. Some people tap into religious beliefs, but you spoke about one of the first few things that you can do from that is you spoke about cultures. That's what it is. You need to find something that you at least believe is bigger than you, or if you are bigger in that sense that you are able to push yourself, but that is an essential part of living. If they were to say here's an essential kit of experiencing this human experience.
I wanted to actually go back to what you said. I don't think anything in this sense would be bigger than you.
Would be
bigger than you.
Expand.
As long as nothing matters.
So you're finding meaning in something. So maybe the timeline is the one that matters, because you've landed to a point where nothing matters.
It is. I think the idea is not finding meaning, it's creating it.
Even in creation. So how do you create meaning? Wouldn't it be tapping into things that already exist?
Yes.
So
but then the creation is the unique part of it. So you collect different things. So you understand, people are not Christian, but they believe in God. You understand? So people could have taken the godly part of Christianity, that there is a God, but these other things that you guys are talking about, I don't believe in. So they created their own thing then. So
okay, cool.
Yeah.
Okay, so creating meaning then. Yeah. So it has to come from that, bro. I think there isn't any other thing that's fruitful, at least, that you can pull from, if it does not become your. I guess by creating it, invariably it becomes your source of energy in some sense, to keep going, to be able to, so all these things are more of the idealistic in a sense, because how we are speaking of it is really from a softy and lofty space, not so much of the nitty-gritties of the whole thing, And I don't know if we can speak of such an experience period and not delve into the nitty-gritties of it, because now I'm just wary is that, hey, I mean, we try to be practical, as you are saying, that cleaning your room, that's something is as practical as it gets, or just ordering the space, and then you can swiftly progress to your mind.
Yeah.
Maybe then what does it mean to clean your mind? What should we do? How do you do that?
Yeah.
But
I think if anything we have spoken about cleaning like your mind in our first episode, if anything.
So that is basically a reference.
That is definitely a reference for anything that we have around that. Yeah, but I definitely get it.
Yeah, but it needs to become something that, if you were to be a painter and you are painting, it needs to be something that you can look on and marvel.
Yeah.
Just based on you pulling from that, your beginning stage being there's no meaning. That's chapter 1. Chapter 2 is creating meaning, and then maybe chapter 3 might even be refining or whatever, or just being or becoming. Okay, yeah, maybe you've created the meaning, then you are becoming.
Yeah.
The meaning that you've created, meaning now you are tapping into those things that speak to you.
I like those chapters. Those are dope.
Yeah, so you are tapping into those things that now speak to you, the things that you said earlier that you gravitate towards.
Yeah.
The community, the brotherhood, the sisterhood, the relationships, things that in some way, one way or another, can pour into that energy or that power source.
Yeah.
Where the creation of meaning is, it can start being an ecosystem of sorts. So that was sad in a sense how it ended, I guess, that episode. The hopelessness, but it comes off as it's that's what I think. It also mimics life.